welcome to another video and welcome to my February TBR. I'm excited. Okay, so this month's TBR, I don't know why I'm clapping so much. I know exactly what I need to get on this TBR, and I don't have a huge amount of time to read outside of these 7 books that I've got next to me that I have to read because well, at least 3 of them are very chunky fantasies. There's actually a lot of chunky books on this TBR that I have to get to this month. Anyway, I'm going to use my other set of Illuma Quick Prompt cards this month, if I can get into them, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm hoping that I can twist every single prompt that I come out. I'm going to pull 5 cards. I'm hoping that I can twist them all to fit in these books and not have to kind of add anything else in, but we'll see. So last month I ended up having 6 pulls because one of the cards I just didn't like, so I re-pulled it. I am filming this early. It is only the 25th today, so I do still have a week left, and I have got a vlog project that I'm starting today, which is, can I read the rest of my TBR this month? However, I am fairly confident that I will not finish my TBR, so I am going to do 6 pulls this month, so that's my normal 5 and 1 additional for not finishing the TBR. So let's get going. Right, we're going to start off with this one, which is a book by a queer author. I don't think any of the ones I've got in front of me are by a queer author. Damn it, let me check. Oh, this is going to be... BRB. Okay, so I'm going with Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I'm not 100% sure if Ashley Herring Blake is queer. However, Delilah Green Doesn't Care is queer. And I'm just reading the about her bit in the middle. It does say that one of her books was a Stonewall Honor book. So I'm going to put this one in as a book by a queer author, which is great because I really want to get to it, but it was not on the list of books I needed to read this month. So that's a problem. Okay, book number 2. Let's be a little bit nicer to me. Let's go with this one. Is that way around? A book you bought for the cover. I can do that. I can actually absolutely hand on heart do that. This book here, The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. This one is on my TBR for this month. I don't really know much about it. I just think the cover is stunning. I heard people talking about it and everybody seems to really enjoy it, but I'll be totally honest, even with all of that, I still don't actually know what the book's about, and I'm not going to know what the book's about. I like to go into my books vaguely blind, so I'm going to leave it there. All I know about The Tainted Cup is I think it's a murder mystery in a fantasy world, but I don't know. I might be wrong with that. Anyway, it's on the list. Okay, 2. Let's pick my 3rd one, and we're going to go with this black one here. A book you never finished. Well, I haven't started any of these. Oh no, I can do this actually. BRB. All right. For a book you've never finished, I'm putting on Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So in February, it is Polathon, and that's hosted by JD Ray Reads, and it's all about reading polar-inspired books. This one is set in the polar region in Norway? Question mark. I think Norway. And I started reading it for Polathon last year. You might be able to see my bookmark is still in there at page 44, and oh, it's my Polathon bookmark as well. So I'm going to restart it, but I was planning on reading this one for Polathon this year anyway. if I had time, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of other books I need to read. So, book number 4. Let's go for this green one here. A book by a debut author. I have a potential. You are the potential as well, actually. Let me see. I'm not sure, okay? I'm going to put on Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, which may or may not be a debut book, because all I can see everywhere, like also by Chloe Walsh, is just the Boys of Tommen series, and this is book 1 in the Boys of Tommen series, suggesting that it's her first book. However, in the little author bio, it says she's been writing and publishing books for a decade, and I'm not sure. I think that means this probably isn't her debut, but I'm going with it because I am. My game, my rules. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on number 5, and we're going to go with this grey one. Ooh. A book with multiple POVs. Okay, we're going with Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I've just done a quick flick through, and there are Emma and Justin both have chapters. Presumably they are from their different points of view, so therefore multiple POVs. Yes, okay. Last pull, because I didn't complete my TBR last month. Right, let's go with, actually, I'm going to go with this blue one on top because I like the colour. The newest book on your TBR. Oh, I don't want to do that. Actually, I do. It's not on my TBR. Oh, hang on. Just wait 1 hot minute. I had this prompt come up last month, and I decided to make it as, rather than the last book that came into my possession, something that was hauled, like, you know, in the last month. I'm doing that again. I'm going to put on The Will of the Many by James Islington for this book, the newest book on your TBR. I have, like, just bought the audiobook. I have a strong suspicion that I will be going into Waterstones and buying the physical book when I come to read it, because it's a hefty fantasy. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to read it just on audio. I think I'm going to have words in front of it myself as well. But Will of the Many. Okay, that is the end of the card part of my TBR. So let's put those ones away. So my official TBR, the books that I have to read this month, otherwise face a punishment next month, are these ones. So we've got Delilah Green Doesn't Care, we've got The Tainted Cup, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, Binding 13, Just for the Summer, and The Will of the Many. Now there are 3 more books next to me here that I do need to get on this TBR as well. They are Women's Law by Sarah Clegg. This is a non-fiction, I guess, anthology essays about how women throughout myths, legends, myths and legends, let's go with that, have been kind of demonized. Interested to get to that one. The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This is the next book in my Brandon Sanderson along, so I need to get to this one in February. And Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb. This is the first book of the Tawny Man trilogy, and is the next book in the Fitz Along, which I'm taking part in. So that makes my actual TBR look like this. Hi, Editing Jenny here. So I just realised that literally last month I was saying that I wanted to be making progress in series every single month, and while I do have just for the summer, if I can get it out, on my TBR, which will be technically making progress in a series, I didn't read Lord of Shadows last month. That one was the series that I was meant to be making progress on last month, which I think means the series jar has to come out. I'm a bit nervous. As you can tell, there are a ton of series in here. So I think I did say this last month, but this is every series that I have started and that I have got unread books in. And there are a few series in here where I haven't started them, but I own all of the books. So like I know that Daughter of Smoke and Bone is in here because I know that I need to read that series. The only ones that are not included in here are Brandon Sanderson, Robin Hobb and John Gwynne, because I'm reading books by those authors, like the series by those authors, for other reading projects. So this one is coming out. No. That was Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm not putting Priory of the Orange Tree on this TBR. I'm sorry, but no. Just no. We're going to pretend that didn't happen and I'm going to pick again, okay? We'll go with this green one. That's better. The Summer I Turned Pretty. I know that's really bad. I know I really should be putting on Priory. I cannot put Priory on this TBR when there are already 3 chunky fantasies plus Binding 13, which is like 800 pages. I just can't do it. So The Summer I Turned Pretty is going on the TBR. Priory is going back in there, hopefully to not be seen again. I'm going to go and get the book. All right, this is It's Not Summer Without You, which is book 2 in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I am excited to read this. I really enjoyed the Summer I Turned Pretty. So yeah, I'm excited to have this one on the TBR. And we're going to just pretend that Priory never came out. Plus the Will of the Many. Let's stick something in there for you're going to be representing the Will of the Many. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. That's quite a lot. That is quite a lot. On top of those 9 books as well, I'm also going to be doing... On top of those 9 books, I've also got Book Box Battle, so that's going to be an extra 2 books. And I would like to try and put in a few like polar fantasy books. The other one that I've got my eye on is, let me grab it, is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This one is on my self-destruct list. I started reading it last year for Polathon and never continued it, so I would like to continue this one this year as well. Plus I have got a book for work that I need to read, which is The Maid's Secret, up here, The Maid's Secret by Nita Prose. So that brings my TBR up to 13 books, which in and of itself isn't like ridiculous. That's a possible, you know, that's fully in the realms of possibility. But The Will of the Many is chunky, Fool's Errand is chunky, The Well of Ascension is chunky, and Binding 13 down here is chunky. So will I get through all these books? I don't know. I would like to, I will try to, but I mean, when I look at my read list so far this month, I've read, like I said, I've read 9 books. One of them has been from my TBR, so that's not great, is it? But that was my February TBR. Let me know your thoughts. Have you read any of the books? Have you got any guesses on what my vlog project that I've been referring to is that I'm going to be working on in February? You'll see it at the end of the month anyway. Hopefully earlier than the end of the month, but you know, it might take me a while to get through the books for it. If you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.